If someone tells you this is the perfect IUL, ask them to show you the blueprint, because perfect is not a product set. It is the 7 design decisions matching one clear job. Move the debt benefit, premium schedule, MEC limit, or loan assumption, and the load shifts everywhere else. So I'm going to put 2 IUL designs side by side. Same starting age, same 1,000 monthly premium for 21 years, same 6.84% weighted average illustrated interest assumption to the age 65, different job. One holds the illustrated net benefit at $1 million. The other begins at $292,000 and puts more emphasis on cash accumulation. And here's the first surprise. The design with the prettier cash value column is not automatically the better policy. If it needs perfect funding, optimistic crediting, and well-behaved loans, you didn't build a plan. You build a hostage situation with a nice spreadsheet. So before you sign off on an IUL, you need to inspect these 7 decisions. Hello, my name is Robert Balgac. I'm the founder and CEO of Black Swan Insurance Group. Since 2017, we have helped more than 25,000 families with life insurance and tax-free retirement strategies and earned thousands of 5-star Google reviews. Blueprint before the build. An architect first asks what the building must do. Family home and a basketball arena may use the same concrete, but they need very different blueprints. An IUL works the same way. It is a permanent life insurance with a cash value component, but the policy still needs one primary job: protection, long-term accumulation, legacy, or a clearly ranked combination. Too often, an agent starts with a product, the client starts with a premium, and nobody writes the job description. That is decision number 1. What exact job must this policy perform? If your answer is simply tax-free retirement, stop. That is a marketing outcome, not a design instruction. I need $1 million of debt benefit protection. I can sustainably fund $1,000 per month through age 65, and cash accumulation is the secondary priority. Or I can sustainably fund $1,000 per month through age 65. I don't need $1 million of permanent protection, and long-term cash accumulation is the primary objective. The product is not a strategy. The design is the strategy. And once the job is clear, the next decision becomes visible. Same premium, different job. Both hypothetical designs start at age 45, show $12,000 of annual premium through age 65, and use the same 6.84% weighted average illustrated interest assumption. That is $252,000 of total planned premium. Design A is protection first. The debt benefit remains $1 million through every year shown on this page. In year 10, it shows $67,000 in cash accumulated value. In year 20, it grows to $246,000. Design B is accumulation first. It begins with a net debt benefit of $292,000, and in year 10, it shows $128,000 of cash accumulated value, and in year 20, it grows to $392,000, with an illustrated net debt benefit of $675,000. But by year 20, Design B shows $146,458 more in accumulated cash value than Design A. What did it give up? At that point, it shows $324,000 less net debt benefit than Design A. And neither design is automatically better. If the family needs $1 million protection, extra illustrated cash value doesn't erase a $324,000 protection gap. If the verified protection need is lower and accumulation is a primary goal, extra insurance may work against that objective. So ask not which column is bigger, but which design does the job I need. Now let's inspect the 6 remaining decisions that explain the trade-off between these 2 designs. Decision 2, debt benefit. The debt benefit protects your family and carries load inside a contract. Set it too low, and the policy may fail the family. Set it higher than needed, and more premium may support insurance costs instead of cash value. Then comes the debt benefit option. Some designs use a leveled benefit, also known as option A. Some use an increasing benefit, known as option B. During the funding years, and may change it later when the contract permits. Neither option is automatically superior. Ask what each choice does to protection, costs, funding room, and policy value. The number should have a reason. But even the right debt benefit can be paired with a wrong funding plan. Decision 3, premium pattern. Don't ask only what is my premium. Ask how much, how often, for how many years, and what happens if life interrupts the schedule. Universal Life may offer premium flexibility within contract limits. That doesn't mean the result is flexible about missing fuel. These 2 illustrations assume $12,000 every year for 21 years. That is $252,000 household commitment. Test whether $1,000 per month can survive the years when life stops reading the spreadsheet. A slow business year, a job change, a reduced funding. If one ordinary disruption breaks the policy, the disruption did not create a weakness. It exposed it. Build a premium around the amount your household can sustain, not the amount that makes page 12 look heroic. The funding schedule has to live inside your life. But it also has to respect the tax boundary most buyers never see. Decision 4, MEC Room. MEC stands for the Modified Endowment Contract. In plain English, it is a tax rule line. Crossing that line doesn't make the life insurance disappear, but it can change how distributions, including certain loans, are taxed. That makes MEC Room a design decision, not a footnote. Your proposal should show the plan premium and the carrier calculated MEC status for that funding pattern. MEC testing is cumulative. That is why the carrier must confirm the available funding room before additional premium goes into the policy. And maximum funded should never mean we drove to the edge and remove the guardrail. Ask, how much premium can this design accept before MEC? What events could change that limit? And who monitors it before money goes into the policy? More room is not automatically better, and less room is not automatically more efficient. The room must be deliberate. Now we reach the number most buyers came to see, cash value. Decision 5, cash value analysis. If cash accumulation is the objective, don't judge the design by one exciting future note. Judge the full value stack, premium, charges, cash value, surrender value, debt benefit, guarantees, non-guaranteed values, and what remains after loans. Cash value and cash surrender value are not always the same, especially early. And indexed interest is not the direct ownership of the market index. Crediting depends on the policy's terms, while policy's charges still apply. Before buying, request lower crediting, zero crediting year, and interrupted funding tests for both designs. The winner is not a design that performs best in the brochure weather. It is the one that still performs its stated job when the weather changes. Don't buy the highlight reel, watch the game film. And the hardest part of the game film begins when the money starts leaving the policy. Decision 6, loan method. A loan illustration is not a withdrawal plan wearing a tuxedo. It is a debt against policy value. Interest is charged, and the contract controls how borrowed values are treated. Outstanding loans can reduce what remains for your family and put more pressure on the policy. So don't accept a single retirement income column with no explanation. In the accumulation first illustration, the loan sequence begins at age 66. The page lists an illustrated loan rate of 6.25%. At age 65, before loans, the page shows $429,000 in accumulated cash value and $675,000 in net debt benefit. Then it illustrates $39,000 of planned annual income from age 66 to age 69, $156,000 of illustrated income over 4 years. But the planned annual loan is $39,000 in the first year, then rises to $40,000, then $42,000, and $45,000 due to the interest on the loan. By age 69, the accumulated loan amount has reached $177,000. The page shows $551,000 of accumulated cash value, but cash surrender value is $373,000, and the net debt benefit has fallen to $498,000. One attractive annual income number never tells the whole story. Follow the loan balance, surrender value, and family benefit together. Before buying, request tests for earlier loans, lower crediting, and higher permitted loan costs. The loan is not a problem. The unmanaged loan is the problem. Potential tax advantage access depends on the policy being properly structured, remaining in force, and avoiding MEC treatment. And if a policy with taxable gain and outstanding debt lapses or is surrendered, the owner may owe tax without receiving new cash at that moment. That is why loan monitoring is not optional. That is not magic. That is maintenance. Which brings us to the 7th decision, the one you define before signing and carry out after the policy is issued. Decision 7, the review system. An IUL is not a crock. You don't set it, disappear for 25 years, and return when retirement smells delicious. Before you sign, define the review process. At least annually, inspect premiums, values, charges, crediting, debt benefit, allocations, loans, ownership, beneficiaries, and the original objective. Request an in-force illustration when needed to compare current policy performance with the current plan. Also review changes in income, business, family, health, and legacy goals. This policy lives inside your life. The annual review is how the blueprint stays connected to the building. Fit, no fit, and the 7-question test. An IUL may fit when you have a clear objective, a legitimate insurance need, stable funding, a long time horizon, and the willingness to review the policy. It may not fit when the job is undefined. Funding crowds out other priorities. You need early liquidity, and the design needs optimistic assumptions to survive. So before you sign, ask these 7 questions. Number 1, what exact job is this policy designed to perform? Number 2, why is the debt benefit this amount and this option? Number 3, what premium pattern is required, and what happens if I reduce it? Number 4, what is the carrier calculated MEC status for this funding pattern? What room remains? And what changes could force a recalculation? Number 5, what do guarantee and current illustrated values show? Number 6, how do the loan method, interest, timing, and balance affect policy survival and net debt benefit? Number 7, what gets reviewed every year and who is accountable for doing it? If those answers are clear, you have a blueprint you can inspect. If they're vague, properly structured, it's just financial Febreze. It makes the room smell better, but it doesn't fix what's underneath. There is no such thing as a perfect IUL. There is only a design-aligned or misaligned to verified objective. The same premium can support 2 very different policies because premium is only one input. Objective, debt benefit, funding, MEC Room, cash value emphasis, loans, and review create the architect. Move one wall and the load changes everywhere else. Your job is not to admire the rendering. Your job is to inspect the blueprint before the concrete dries. Your next step is to watch our next video, IUL pros and cons, the contract versus the sales pitch. Because even after the design makes sense, you still need to revisit the full contract trade-offs before you buy. And if you already have a real proposal, an IUL blueprint session can test the objective, fit, sustainable funding, alternatives, and stress points using your actual numbers, with permission to say that IUL is not yours. And remember, it's not what you earn, it's what you keep. Enjoy the ride.